So, Mike, put your PhD hat on. Why don't we print the coping with Onyx Tough to replicate whatever dentin, and then put another crown on top of it with like ceramic crown? Is that is that viable? And I'm talking engineer only. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question, but I don't.
It's too much work.
I don't necessarily know why you would want to, right? Why wouldn't you keep it monolithic?
Well, I talked to Pascal.
Oh,
These guys.
biomimetic guys.
Yeah, they say, well, the core has to be tough. The shell has to be
Rigid.
rigid or
Yeah.
stiff. I
Stiff.
think that's what they want.
Yeah.
The only thing comes to my mind is do it like old school chrome
Yeah,
cobalt
you-
days
You
of.
could certainly do that, but I don't know any data that actually shows that that's going to make a restoration better.
I mean,
maybe.
in theory,
In
if
theory,
you want
but-
to replicate nature, he's right. I mean, there's a whole biomimetic movement of trying to match the modulus of elasticity of dentin with a composite, and then, but they would say, if you do anything that covers enamel, you have to have ceramic because you need the stiffness, and enamel's brittle, it's stiff, it's harder, and so they would want you to go with a ceramic material or more highly filled resin. And the thing, in theory, that makes a lot of sense.
So
But I think that flies in the face of all the success we've had with gold, right?
Not only that, modern bonded ceramics that replace dentin and ceramic in the same bulk
Yeah.
don't seem to have that many issues. But
and then
again,
same thing with feldspathic veneers, right? Those are weak.
Very
Then you
weak.
bond it to the
Yeah.
teeth, and they don't.
they're insanely weak. Like if you pinch them in your hands during delivery,
They
will
break.
crack. They will
Yeah.
crumble into 100 pieces. In fact, I've done that on so many occasions with my fat fingers. Beautiful veneer case, waited like 14 weeks to get them back from the technician, like $800 a unit. And then, you're about to put them on and you just kind of look at them and you hear crack in your hand and you're like,
Gone.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Jones, I got some good news and bad news. The good news is,
I broke a bit.
the good news is I didn't like the color of these veneers. We're gonna have to, and we're gonna send them back and get you a new set. The bad news is you're gonna be in temporaries for another 18 weeks or whatever it is. I'm telling you, it takes longer and longer these days to get these feldspathic veneers back.
Is
from
it
lab.
the gold standard today for veneers?
Aesthetically?
Yeah.
For aesthetic.
Aesthetically, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we can beat it with printing?
If you could do multi-translucency,
Multi-layered, yeah.
yes.
Multi-translucency. Those
I
are
will tell you though, the
hand-layered.
Onyx Tough printed veneer that's 200 microns thick,
You like that a lot.
it almost reminds me of absolutely identical.
What
to
about the super clear one I sent you? Super translucent.
it's feldspathic like.
It's coming.
It's
Interesting.
insane. It's like clear glass. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's an enamel replacement. A lot of the color of the tooth comes from the dentin, not the enamel.
Right, because this one is translucent, the other one is opaque.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Go together. Yeah.
Exactly. And so the translucent material that you develop reminds me a lot of enamel,
Mm-hmm.
an enamel material.